Hey guys, it's Antoinette from My Mommy Wife Life, and I am going to be doing a parent tag. So I'm just going to be answering a couple questions in relation to my parenting style, I guess you can say. So I'm going to be constantly looking this way because my laptop is right here, which has the questions on it. So the first question is, how many children do you have? We currently have one child. We have a daughter, and she is 6 years old. Um, what are your proudest and most frustrating moments as a parent? Well, I think I've had a lot of moments that I've been proud. Um, some of the most earlier memories is when she finally crawled for the first time because she had been trying and trying. You know how they rock back and forth when she was doing the rocking back and forth, and she finally got it. And I just remember feeling so much joy and so much pride seeing her finally do it. And to her, she was looking like, why are you guys jumping and screaming? You know, like it wasn't, it was so cute. But lately, she started kindergarten and she got an award. Seeing her, up on stage and getting recognized for all her hard work was, I was pretty proud there. And, she does ballet, so seeing her do her recitals up on the stage and in front of all those people cheering, and she's so brave, and she stands up there and she does her little dance with a smile on her face, and, those moments, they feel pretty good. Um, and the most frustrating moments as a parent are when she does not listen to me. That's when I get frustrated because, I'm old school and I feel like I should only have to tell you one time for you to get your little butt up and get it. And so when I have to repeat myself over and over again, or if she decides that she's gonna mouth off a little bit or be a little rebellious, I get frustrated because I often feel like, okay, I must not be doing something right for her to feel like that's okay. You know what I mean? So, um, yeah. How do you discipline your child? Um, Currently, she's pretty good about if I raise my voice and look her dead in the eye and say, cut it out. She usually gets it. Um, so I really don't need to really like discipline now. We don't do like the timeouts. When she was like a toddler, yeah, we did pop her on the butt, for little things. Like if she were to go next to an outlet and we told her no, she kept coming back, we'd pop her and say no. And so she kind of got it from that. But yeah, currently it's just a stern talking to, I would say. And then she gets it from there. Um, do you co-sleep? No. Not knocking parents that do that, whatever floats your boat, but I believe that mommy and daddy's bed is for mommy and daddy. Okay? Okay. Even when she was a baby, like when she was a newborn, I had a bassinet and I had it right next to the bed. But even like after a month of that, I couldn't really get sleep because I was constantly, looking at the baby, making sure she was still breathing, making sure she was okay. And so we moved her into her room in her crib pretty quickly. And, she did get scared as she got older, and she would say, oh, I want to sleep in. But, I read that if you play into that, like if they're scared of the dark and they want to come in your room and you allow that, then it kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? It kind of reassures that there is something wrong with their bedroom because you have affirmed that, okay, yeah, there is something wrong, so you can sleep here, instead of walking back and saying, you know what, there's nothing wrong with your room, there's no need to be afraid of the dark, you're safe in this room, you can sleep here. You know what I mean? I just didn't want to get started with that because those are habits that are really hard to break. So I would honestly not recommend it, but to each his own. What what is your must-have piece of baby equipment? Okay, so I'm starting to see these questions are geared more towards babies. Okay, I don't know if you heard that question, but the question was, what is your must-have baby equipment? So I'm starting to see that these questions are geared more towards babies. Um, but I would say when she was a baby, the pacifier. Nylia had a pacifier in her mouth until she was 3 years old. And I know that's controversial, but it was the only thing that would help her sleep. It was the only thing that would keep her quiet. And so we would not go anywhere unless we had about 3 or 4 pacifiers on deck. Like, it was that serious. So yeah, I would say pacifier. Name one thing you bought before you had a baby that you never ended up using. Hmm. I would say breast pump. I nursed exclusively for 12 months, and I knew I wanted to do it before I had her. You know, I had prepped, I had bought all the breast pump pads and all that, but I really found it as an extra chore, and it was just simply easier just to whip it out and feed and go about your merry way. It did make it difficult for my husband to help out with the feedings or other people to help out with the feedings because I was the only one that could do the feedings. But I was a stay-at-home mom. I really didn't go anywhere anyway, so it wasn't that big of a deal. Um, but yeah, it was just easier. Would I do it again? Probably no. I would definitely use that pump the next go around. Um, have you always wanted kids? How many more do you plan on having? Yes, I've always wanted kids. I plan on having one more. I think one more is probably all I can handle realistically. Um, I know I waited a while. We've waited 6 years and we still haven't had one. But honestly, we just enjoy we enjoy it being the three of us. Like, it's so perfect right now. She's older now. She's more independent. You know, Jared and I are able to go out on dates without, worrying about who's watching the baby. Are they, are they watching her right? What are they doing with her? So I would say one more in probably very soon, like next year type soon, but we'll see how it goes. Do you think your relationship with your spouse has changed since you've had children, better or worse? Definitely, it has changed. I tell young married couples all the time that a child will test your relationship, and it will either make or break your relationship. And we definitely had some tough times. It was a huge adjustment. Jared and I waited 3 years before we had kids. So we were used to just being us two. We were used to traveling, going wherever we wanted, and, just getting up and going without having to tag along with us. And so that was an adjustment in a way. And it did kind of put a strain on our relationship. And the sleep deprivation didn't help. But we were able to get through it like most couples are. And, you just kind of push through it, take it day by day. And I think it's made us stronger. I think I look at him in a different way because he's not just my husband now. He's, a father, and he's such a great dad, and it really shows his character. And so that has, in a sense, brought us closer on a deeper level. You know what I mean? Okay. Date night. How many date nights or days per month? We go on date nights pretty often. I would say maybe 3 times a month. Like, we'll go see a movie, or we'll go to dinner, or we'll go, to dinner with a couple of friends or something. So I would say maybe 2 to 3 times a month. That's really important to try to get out and get that quality time in with your spouse. I know it can be hard with small children, but if you can squeeze that time in, your relationship and your marriage will be so much better for it. It really will. How is your relationship with friends since having a child? Well, I don't really see a lot of my single friends with no kids anymore because that's not my life anymore. So I think you kind of gravitate towards people that are like-minded, that have a similar situation as yours. So yeah, all of our friends are married with kids, I still do occasionally will hang out with a couple of my single friends here or there, but honestly, it's not that often. How many cars do you have in your family? We have 3 cars. My husband has a 93 Mustang that is like his baby. So that's kind of like his joyride car. And then he has a car that he takes to work back and forth. And then, I have a car that I do all the driving with Nylea with. So, dream vacation with kiddos and one without. Dream vacation with kiddos would be a Disney cruise. I really am wanting to take one of those. I heard it's fun for all ages, the parents and kids. So I definitely want to do that. And I think this is kind of funny because Jared and I are coming up on our 10-year anniversary and we're planning a trip. And we've kind of been toying around ideas of where we wanted to go. And we are kind of leaning towards Jamaica. So a dream vacation with just him and I would probably be Jamaica. Where do you shop for your kids? That's a good question. Target. I'm really liking Old Navy, H&M, Gap. That's pretty much it. Occasionally, Walmart, I get pajamas from, and like swimsuits. They have really cute swimsuits. Shoes. For some reason, she just stays in the Skechers. We get the twinkle toe tennis shoes. She really likes those. For like sandals and stuff like that, we'll go to Ross or Marshalls or something simple like that. Favorite mommy makeup and skincare products? I would have to say foundation. I like the CoverGirl, the Queen collection. Let's see here, skincare products. I really don't use a lot of skincare products because I have sensitive skin, and so I will wash my face with the Clean & Clear, just like a cleansing wash, and then in the morning I make sure I put like a face sunscreen on with like a 15 SPF or something. Nothing too fancy or glamorous or anything. Piercing baby's ears, do or don't. Nylea does not have her ears pierced, and I wanted to do it when she was a baby, but I thought she was so little. And then when I was gonna do it around 1.5, the lady was like, you know what, this is a bad time to do it because she's just gonna be pulling on her ears, and you don't want her to do that. So I didn't do it, and then now I've been asking her if she wants to do it, and she's afraid because she heard that it hurt. So one day, I guess when she's brave enough, she'll do it. Bath or shower for your child? We do baths. Hotels, we do shower. College dreams, do you expect your kids to go to college, or would you just let them decide for themselves? Yes, it is expected in the Davis household that you attend college. And if you decide that you don't want to attend college, then you had better come into like $1 million somewhere or something, because I don't know how you're going to make it. It's going to be very hard without that, so without a degree, so definitely expected. Okay, so that's all the questions. I really hope that you enjoyed this parent tag. Sorry if I was kind of like rambling. I'm not really used to being in front of the camera. That's why I prefer the voiceovers, but hopefully you got the gist of the answer. So thanks for watching, and see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.